Hi, my name is Kathryn DeLong. I'm a student at Wheaton College, currently in my junior year, and this semester in Boston I've been working as an intern at the Brookline Teen Center as an enrichment support fellow. Let me start with a question I didn't realize I was asking myself until I came to Boston. Do I belong here, or am I just trying to prove I do? When I first arrived this semester, I thought I had to figure everything out on my own. I carried this quiet fear that if I made a mistake, it would confirm what I had already worried about, that I wasn't prepared enough, that I didn't have the same kind of skills, knowledge, or support that other people might have. I've learned to be independent out of necessity, but I didn't always see that as something valuable. I mostly saw it as pressure. And that feeling not belonging didn't just show up at my internship. It followed me into my daily life. I moved into my apartment expecting a version of community. Instead, I find myself coming home from my internship every day to a cold, quiet, and empty apartment. Small instances like that add up. And when you're already questioning your place in the world, the silence can feel louder than words. In those moments, I realized something important. I don't just need spaces to exist in, I need support systems, I need connection, I need a warm, welcoming environment. That realization made me reflect on where this feeling started. If I had to reduce the story of my upbringing into data points, key moments, and events that shaped who I became, it would look something like this. One moment in middle school changed everything for me. At the time, I didn't have the language for what I was feeling, but I had already reached a point where I didn't see a way forward. I had already completely given up, and then, unexpectedly, I found music. What started as something to hold on to slowly became something that held me. For the first time, I had a way to express what I couldn't say out loud. That one moment didn't just help me cope, it changed the direction of my life. 16. At 16 years old, I was living on my own. While most people my age were still surrounded by structure and support, I was learning how to build it for myself. Independence wasn't a choice, it was a necessity, something I had to grow into quickly. That age represents responsibility, survival, and learning how to rely on myself even when I didn't feel ready. And finally, 3. I took a gap year where I chose a path my family didn't fully support, working 3 jobs at once to support myself, building experience, and continuing to create independence on my own terms. That year wasn't just about what I did, it was about who I was becoming. It taught me discipline, time management, and what it means to keep going even when things feel overwhelming. But it also reinforced something else, that I was always in prove myself mode, always trying to show I was capable enough to deserve stability. All of those numbers tell a story. One moment, 16 years old, 3 jobs. They sound simple, but together they trace a life built on resilience, adaptation, and learning how to survive while also trying to understand who I am. That brings me back to Boston into my internship at the Brookline Teen Center. The Brookline Teen Center is a space designed to support young people through after-school programming, creative enrichment, mentorship, and community building. It's a place where teens can explore who they are outside of academic pressure, through art, music, leadership, opportunities, and connection with trusted adults. At its core, it's about giving young people something I didn't always feel like I had, a consistent, safe place to belong. And in many ways, that mission is personal to me. I didn't fully realize it at the time, but I guess part of me was always drawn to the kind of environment I had once needed myself. A place where people could be seen, heard, and valued without needing to prove they belonged first. When I started my internship, I thought I had to earn my place before I could contribute. I sat in meetings quietly, assuming everyone else had it more figured out than I did. Every uncertainty felt like evidence that I wasn't prepared enough. But then something shifted. There was a moment where I was given a task, and instead of waiting for step-by-step instructions, I took initiative. I researched it, built a plan, and presented it before being asked. I remember feeling nervous, like I was stepping outside of what I was allowed to do. But my mentor didn't see it as overstepping. They saw it as trust, as readiness, as capability. And in that moment, something clicked. I hadn't been holding back because I wasn't prepared. I had been holding back because I didn't trust that I belonged. That realization changed how I show up. Now I speak more, I ask questions without apologizing for them. I trust my perspective even while I'm still learning. I've started to understand that my independence, my resilience, and even the uncertainty are not signs that I'm behind. They're signs that I've been navigating things differently, not inadequately. Because the truth is, my background didn't make me less qualified. It made me resourceful. It made me observant. It made me capable in ways I used to overlook. So when I ask myself now, do I belong here? I don't answer the same way anymore. I used to think that belonging was something you had to earn by proving yourself, but I'm learning that belonging isn't something you wait for permission to have. It's something you realize you are already part of.